Well, I'm trying to think of a Wembley goal in a cup final that came as late as that. You look back to that Alan Sunderland winner, don't you, for Arsenal against Manchester United. But this one has forced extra time. Here's Whelan. Nicol. McCall, the goal scorer. Cottee. Here's Nevin. Now, is the psychological balance now with Everton? Cottee. Oof, maybe it is. This is Whelan. Beardsley. Rush. Barnes. Got to start all over again now, really, Liverpool. Nicol. That comes off McDonald. Well, our watch said 44 minutes, 57 seconds when that goal went in. Couldn't have been closer. Nicol. Oh, there's Rush in there. Rush! Goal! Ian Rush! Liverpool back in front. Into extra time, and Ian Rush, scorer of 2 against Everton here 3 years ago, swivels on that, shakes off Ratcliffe and beats Southall. A typical Rush effort, and it's come at a timely moment for Liverpool.
Great piece of opportunity.
Oh, he's going to be a bit tight there against Beardsley, but Stevens had an excellent match. Vanden Hauwe. McCall. Oh, what a brilliant run by McCall! Picked off his toe by Ray Houghton. Push, Ablett, started. Ratcliffe. Watson's up. Here's McCall again. Oh, yes! It's 2-2. And it's the same player. Stuart McCall. Dropping it wide of Grobbelaar for the second equaliser. Headed out first of all, but look how McCall got that down, and the perfect volley with the right foot, Trevor.
Well, he's not having a bad afternoon, is he, since coming on? Alan Hansen heads it out, it drops and loops in. Bruce Grobbelaar never quite going to get there. And again, we're all 2-2, and who knows what the remainder of this extra time is going to bring forth.
We've also had, unfortunately, only in celebration, I ought to say, Everton supporters on the pitch after both their goals, which is not what Wembley wants to see, and the stewards have got, again, or did have, quite a lot of work to do. That's one of the penalties, I'm afraid, of taking the fences down, and the point has to be made, even in a mood of jubilation, which is what Everton were enjoying at that moment. This is sharp. And now Trevor Steven. Wide to McDonald. Well, this morning, Stuart McCall wasn't even sure he would be in the 13. There were suggestions that Wayne Clark might be on the bench. He'd only ever scored 2 goals for the club before today. And now he's twice revived his team in this FA Cup final. Houghton. Whelan. McMahon, Barnes. Rush! This now becomes one of the most dramatic FA Cup finals of recent times. Beautiful ball by Barnes, deftest of headers by Rush, steered it wide of Southall, and Rush repeats his feat of 3 years ago, with 2 goals to put Everton's heads in their hands. But here are Everton again. Stevens ploughing forward. Well, will this go down as one of the classics? As Trevor says, the goals are being scored partly because of, by these two teams' high standards, sloppy defence. He was a few seconds away from becoming the man whose goal won the FA Cup, and now he won't have that privilege. It may go to his lookalike Ian Rush. Extraordinary scenes, extraordinary turnaround in the match. Fans shouting, attack, attack, attack. Not sure how much Kenny Dalglish will go along with that, because they've been caught out twice. Van den Hauwe, Sharp coming in. Van den Hauwe again. Out by Ablett. And this is Nicol. Well, there's going to be some tired limbs out there in the second period of extra time. Here's Rush again, who of course now is on a hat-trick, and we haven't had one of those in the FA Cup final since Stan Mortenson's days. Here's Houghton. In fact, McCall's on a hat-trick as well, so either one of them could record that first 3-goal achievement in an FA Cup final since 1953. Rushy is back is the shout. Well, if ever Liverpool needed Aldridge and Rush, today was the day. Aldridge's goal threatened to win it. Rush's goals might still. Sharp. But not if Everton have their way, because don't rule out a third equaliser. Here's Hansen. Oh, good touch. It was Beardsley to Barnes. Now it's Rush again. And here's Houghton with a chance for 4-2. What a good stop by Neville Southall. He kept his team in the game there for sure. Rangers have not completed the treble. Celtic have won the Scottish Cup 1-0. Goal scorer Joe Miller. So here's McCall. Stephen! Kenny Dalglish's old club have won the cup in Scotland.
Pushed up in the last few minutes, wasn't he? Those 90 minutes that made a difference.
There goes Rush, and Southall's made a long run out, and it has to be proved the right decision. Barnes. Now Liverpool are creating gaps because Everton have to push on, throw players forward, and it could easily finish 4-2 as well as 3-3. Here in extra time, it's been like one of those old-fashioned matches of 20 or 30 years ago, when defences opened up and goals came aplenty, rather than the more sterile 1-0s that we see perhaps more recently. Now, can John Barnes add to that total? He's kept the ball in, he's got Rush in the middle. Still Barnes. And Southall makes the save, as he's made several. Barnes deprived there. Venison. Rush. It can still work for Barnes here. Ratcliffe in the way. Beardsley! Good save! He touched that. Has Kenny Dalglish's team finally laid their hands on the FA Cup? Yes, they have. Or have they? The crowd thought it was the final whistle. Joe Worrell did point to the centre, but I think he's about 30 seconds early, and I don't think that is the end of the game. Quite a few of the players thought it was, because Joe was pointing towards the centre, and that's premature. Although what it might do is perhaps help the stewards to control what now is in danger of happening. They sent them a bit further back, might prevent it from getting out of hand at the very end. In fact, we make it about 35 seconds still to play, but Everton must know how close it is now. The game's going on with an official on the pitch in a white shirt. He's obviously going to play outside right. Here's Sharp, McCall, and they're still on the pitch, the official. McCall, foul from behind, Beardsley. That was panic. Now, can Everton do it again? We are now in stoppage time. Well, there's no Sheedy there now, of course. It's going to be Stephen. Can he make it 3-3 and force a replay? Or can McDonald? Well, it was close. From Neil McDonald. And there were a few people reaching for their diaries then. This would, I imagine, be Everton's last chance. Grobbelaar had it covered. Whistles all round the stadium. And Liverpool have won the FA Cup, the first leg of the double, and perhaps softened the pain that so many of their supporters have been through recently. And in a fine, dramatic final, surely lifted the spirits of a whole city and of the game of football. The scenes on the pitch won't be appreciated in terms of the fans that got on, but what will be appreciated is the quality and the excitement that ran through this FA Cup final, especially in extra time. Liverpool had to take the lead 3 times in order to win the cup. They held the first 1-0 advantage until the dying seconds of normal time. Neville Southall has just sat down by his goalpost and tried to contemplate all that's gone on, playing no part at all at the moment in the celebrations and commiserations. Liverpool are FA Cup winners for the 4th time. So Kevin Ratcliffe, his 4th FA Cup final as a captain, itself a record, but for the 3rd time, he's a loser. And there's obviously bitter disappointment on these Everton faces, because when they forced extra time with virtually the last kick of the 90 minutes, you had a feeling maybe the psychological edge was with them, but it wasn't to be, Trevor.